Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the Tacoma Soccer Center where we've got the 2025-2026 WISL final moments away here. Joining me today is my color analyst and Bellingham's very own, Corey Lindsay. Corey, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. I'm so excited. This game there's fireworks. I can't wait. It's electric in here.
This is the game to be watching here today. The Hammers gotten the best of the Stars both times they've played this year, something we're not often used to seeing.
No.
The Stars losing 3 games, let alone 1, especially 2 to the same team. Bellingham's come in once this year already and upset the Stars. Will they be able to do it again here? We've got 4 of the best referees a WISL can offer us here today. Head referee Kevin Broga, going to be the first referee and the one you'll see for all the major decisions here. Joining him on the floor are Matt Stewart and Sam Mills. And your 4th referee is going to be Richard Meeks. We will be starting with the lineups in just a little bit here.
Number 10, Christian Carl. Number 5, Jamie Fazio. Number 17,
Corey, since you've been with the Hammers the longest, do you want to let us know some of the major factors and points we should look out for with this Hammers squad coming into today's game?
I think just some players to look out for. Obviously, Christian Carl on offense. He's a threat indoor and outdoor every single year. Always one of their top both goal scorers and assisters, I guess. Ivan Collin this year, one of the top goal scorers for Bellingham as well. Keep an eye out, obviously, Richard Henderson, player, head coach of Bellingham United. Watch out for both him and James Salisbury as they rotate kind of out of that hold-up striker sort of position in their offensive group. Also, I don't know if we'll see it here. Richard Henderson has been switching into a goalkeeper uniform when Bellingham are on offense and their goalkeeper is on the bench side of the field. So potentially something that we might get to see if Bellingham are looking to add an extra offensive number tonight.
Definitely could see some magic happen on that power play. They've got the better percentage offensively. We had talked about 54% earlier before the game is what Bellingham averages offensively on a power play. Wonder if they might decide to take Richard as that 6th man. He had the golden boot last year. He's leading in points this year. But a much quieter goal-scoring year, and that seems to be because Bellingham keeps spreading the ball so well.
Yeah, they certainly have been spreading the love this year. There's not really been one player that stood out as a top goal scorer, but a lot are getting a lot of goals this year, so it's made it very entertaining to watch.
And now we're starting to hear the starting lineup coming from this Tacoma Stars reserves side. They're going for a 5-peat. They've won the last 4. Will they be able to get that 5th one here? We were talking, there's only been 2 finals where Bellingham and Tacoma haven't battled it out together. Those 2 years were both still won by Bellingham and Tacoma.
Of course.
So these are 2 championship pedigree sides here. Will the Stars be able to get their 5th one? They've been more offensively lacking in some aspects this year. They haven't been quite clicking on all cylinders as they normally have, but they've still been productive enough to get the number 1 seed, to get the home field advantage here in the final. We'll have to see how that works out for them. It was a quiet start last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to watch that.
We did,
game.
yeah. We got to have that pulled up side by side while we were doing commentary. It was super exciting. You don't get to see the tight indoor games a lot like that.
No,
so it was,
yes,
yeah,
definitely,
it was awesome.
and that's one of the factors. It started out very slow for the Stars, a 2-1 at halftime, something we don't see often. And then they picked it up and started looking like the Stars were used to after that halftime. We'll have to see what they'll bring straight out of the gate here. I expect a tight, close matchup. Any predictions for you going into the game?
I don't know. I'm going to say, they say it's hard to beat the same team twice. Bellingham have already beaten the same team twice. Maybe it's hard to beat the same team 3 times, but I'm going to say Bellingham get the win 6-5. 6-4 is my score prediction.
That's a good prediction. We'll have to see if it is true for you
Yeah,
here today.
I know.
The Hammers my goodness, they're still getting their warm-up reps in even after having lined up. They're just ready to go.
Yeah.
Pena, a great goalkeeper. It's going to be as much a goalkeeper battle as it's going to be an offensive battle this year. Pena with 31 saves last week against South Sound. He was phenomenal. He moves side to side very well. Riley Little, a veteran in the league as well. And so it'll be a very exciting matchup between the goalkeepers as well as the players. We're going to go quiet for just a moment as we have the national anthem. So the goalkeeper's going to be in red if you're the Hammers, that being Riley Little, and orange if you're Tony Pena with the Stars. The referee's going to be in their lime green uniforms here today, captains, some veterans of the game. Talking with the referees, we're only moments away here. We'd like to take a quick second to thank our main sponsor for the WISL. They've been the sponsor for a few years here, and the official match ball of the game is West Coast Goalkeeping. All the goalkeepers in the West Coast goalkeeping family are phenomenal players, and everyone in the WISL that's a keeper wears those West Coast goalkeeping gloves. Even I have a pair of those gloves. They're very fantastic. So we'd like to thank them for sponsoring the WISL and continuing to be. We have 60 minutes to decide a winner and some overtime rules should we need it. I don't know about you. I feel like this one's going to be decided in regulation, but it'll be close. So we'll save those rules for if we need them.
Okay.
Tacoma already showing their starting five. Right at the center is a veteran of the league, number 19. He gave us a great interview last week, AJ Nitzel. He had 2 goals in that game last week. With him, he's going to have to his left, Chris Lozano. Number 15, one of the other captains of this star side, Mark Lee. And to the right is going to be Joshua Zidek, who pushes forward as Richard Henderson gets us underway here. And the 4 Stars player is going to be Diego Hernandez. First foul of the game came early. Zidek was ready to take that one and go. These teams definitely have no love lost. That is for sure. Henderson gonna get the red line. Interesting that they're not actually red here. I'm still gonna call them the red lines because that's what the traditional outside lines are called. But Henderson setting up at the top of the key. 2-man wall of Zidek and Nitzel. Henderson goes direct himself. Just a little wide of that back post. Pena and Lozano there trying to stop up the Bellingham attacker. This one being the number 17, Elliot Rains. Lozano with too heavy of a touch. He loses possession, and Hammer's going to send this one back to their keeper and get some substitutes going. Little plays it forward. Quick scorpion heel from none other than Caro. His brother also played for Bellingham. He was also the coach of Everett only about a year ago. He's now enjoying his life down in California, wishing him well. Good person to know over there. Played one down the wing. Hammers tried to move it forward, but the Stars still bringing that pressure early. They haven't been able to get a shot directly on target yet. Bellingham's defense is playing strong as there's a quick header trying to play it forward, and it's out on the Hammers. So the Stars going to take the free kick here, getting in position, taking a few moments. The number 10 to take the kick here. Pedro Huerta sent it back to his defender. Shalekwi plays this one forward around the boards, and Little's just going to pick it up quickly. Feels like everyone on the Hammers just ran forward there. Bellingham very aggressive offensively. But so far, it looks like the Stars have maintained possession. Foul there as two players go down, Bellingham and a Stars player. The referee's going to call a timeout for the Star player who is down. Even Little is calling over the training staff. He's checking up on him. And the head coach for the Stars will come out. Well, that's not something you want to see. We talked about the intensity of this game coming into it today. But just a unfortunate scene. Any player being hurt is not what you want to see, especially at the start of the game.
No.
Hopefully he'll be able to get back up and continue in this game in a little bit. It's one of those times you might want one of the Carl brothers. Renee's
Right.
a doctor.
Right,
Would have
I
been great
know.
to have out here. We
I
don't have
know.
a trainer out here, unfortunately.
Good that he was able to get off under his own power at least, walk off.
Yes,
but
it's always better to see. It
Right.
looks like it's a right shoulder, and the player that was down's the number 10, and that's Isidro Huerta. He's still in that back locker room area. Game's getting back underway here. Hopefully he'll be able to shake it off, maybe get some
Oh.
ice. Danger early. How did
Oh.
Pena get in front of that? What a stop.
Yeah, how did that not make it into the back of the net?
Pena is a phenomenal goalkeeper, but I'm not even sure how he was able to get that one as he rolls this forward through the middle to Gil de la Luz. Pena likes to come outside of the box himself. An incredible first save early. We talked about it was going to be a goalie battle, and we've seen that so far. Little making some routine saves, hasn't really been tried too much, but that should have been an opening goal of this game right there. Pena sends it into that far left wing corner. Hammers finding a way to escape with it, running down the line. That's 16.
Ooh.
And Gus Deal took a big strike, went a little wide, and another foul on the Hammers. Little too advantageous there for the Stars trying to play that one forward. Bellingham's going to steal, and now they have possession off the free kick from the Stars. This one played forward down the line, looking for a Herring. Delaluz, left wing side. Big strike
save.
comes from the 14, Luis Chavez of the Stars. And Little's first true test is answered.
That's going to feel good. Just get that first big save out of the way. A little bit of the nerves gone, although this is not his first time being here.
Absolutely. He's got 3 championships himself
Yeah.
at least. I think he's got all 4, doesn't he?
Potentially
I think
4,
he's got
yeah.
all 4 potentially there. So big experience from Riley Little there. Pena, he's been with the program for a few years, but this is his first major start in a while. He's had to pick up the duties as Luis moved up to the pro, the WISL, and one of the other sponsors of the league and supporters. The Stars are called the Reserves, as they are the second team for the Tacoma Stars, the MASL, or MASL as it's more better known. Tacoma Stars, I believe they're on an away game this week, as Little has a deep throw into that left wing corner for the Hammers, the near side here. Richard can't find a way around the four of Diego Hernandez for the Stars, and it's played all the way back to the midfield. Great counter attack built between the chemistry of Little and Henderson. Hasn't worked out just yet, but that is something to look out as this game progresses. Mark Lee now in front. Big strike comes and Pena gets his hands on it. It was a great shot taken by Judah Strait. And now Ivan Collin with the left foot. He plays one on and Pena gets another save. Both keepers have made amazing saves early. Those, as you mentioned, get the nerves out of the way. Well, Corey, as we're now about halfway through the first quarter, what's the feel of the game? What's the momentum looking like? As you predicted potentially, or?
I'm not as sure about my prediction as I was at the beginning of the game. Maybe less goals. It feels like both teams don't want to make that mistake and give up the first goal. Shoulder
to shoulder, we keep going. The Hammers supporters very upset about that one. But Zuluaga was able to track back in time. AJ Nitzel gets the first goal off of bounds. There's a Hammers player down. I'm sorry, there's a Stars player down. He wanted a foul. Referee says to get up. Chris Lozano pleading a case for a foul after, but it's still a good goal, and the opening goal, AJ Nitzel with just a prayer sent right into the box to him. Too close range for Little to really make much of an effort on that one. Can't really blame Little for that first goal there. Well, he got 2 goals last week. He's got one here in the final already. Will the Hammers be able to answer back quickly?
Hopefully so. This is already more goals than Bellingham gave up all last week in the semifinals against Everett. So
that was a brutal blowout against Everett, 8-0. The city team just did not have an answer for the defensive prowess of the Hammers.
And also the defensive clearance free kicks that went in Bellingham's favor. They scored, their first 3 goals were all off of free kicks from that top spot. So, good save.
Little with a hand on it. That one would have been a top corner, as you were just talking about it. Little gets the save, puts it in the net, and now goes for a Stars corner here. Markley plays this one quickly. Zidek wasn't able to get there, but Caro was. Caro with a quick outside the boot to his teammate, and there's a quick answer back.
There it is.
Number 17 making it known that he's here. Elliot Raines getting a goal with an assist from Christian Caro, another veteran of this game. We talked about no love lost between these sides, and they've battled year in, year out. The last 3 years have been the Hammers in this building, not able to come away with a win, but they're trying to today. An assist for Caro and a goal for Raines. And what a fan base you guys bring.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They are going loud and proud over there. It's one of the best fan bases, I think, in the WISL for sure. And the first blue card of the game's gonna be shown, and the first power play. Not gonna lie, I was looking at names. Did you catch who the blue card's on?
No. I was trying to get the score bar updated on the live stream.
Touche, touche. Both of us hard at work over here. See if we can get some assistance here from the commissioner of the league, John, who's the action man down there. So Bellingham are going to be the ones up, it looks like. Stars Number 18, I believe that is, got the blue card. So the player currently sitting in the box as we're under power play is going to be Shalekwi. Hammers, we were talking about, they've got a far better power play than most in the league. They were averaging about 54 or more percent. That is an older stat we were talking about.
Oh.
Caro losing a boot already. Wonder if he's got some slip-on boots or if he's got the laces on that one. He's back into play already. But that is a great little bit of a time waste there for the Stars. The Stars on their kill average 80% on the penalty kill and have a very good defensive team. Honestly, we've been talking about Bellingham's ability to score. We've been talking about Stars always, being an offensive threat. I think this is a defensive-minded game for both sides here. Both are very strong on the penalty kills. Both are very strong in goalkeeping as this one hits the scaffolding in the top of the barn here. And it's going to be a red line free kick for the Stars. Chris Lozano going to be the one to take it. Lozano plays it short over into the corner, just trying to send it down, give the defense a break. The 4 players that the Stars brought out are the same crew they brought out last week. Chris Lozano and Mark Lee. Indeed, it was a fantastic finish, and suddenly the Hammers go from down 1 to up 2. My, oh my. We were just talking about defense, and instead the offense makes themselves known here. That kills off the power play because they got it within the 2 minutes. So now we're back to 5-a-side. The Stars playing with 3 back at the moment as Bellingham's bringing more pressure from the front. Zidek with a quick back heel. He found a way to get that to Shalekwi. Shalekwi going to be the one to cause a foul here. It's a smart heads-up play by Elliot Rains to go down on that one. A little bit of contact, but just enough to be a true foul, and sells it perfectly. Free kick for the Hammers, and the momentum definitely with the Bellingham side here. Long travel day for them. It would be great for them if they could get a win.
Ooh.
Another great chance right in goal. Pena was there. He has another strike. This one goes just a little wide, but my, what a power shot. And a quick third goal here. This one from number 8.
Thomas Watson.
Thomas Watson getting himself here. From the way you said that, I'm sure that's not a traditional goal scorer then?
He scores. I just haven't seen his name on there in a couple weeks maybe.
Fair enough.
But always produces quality goals. Really great defensive work rate as well. I think his defensive ability is just so strong that I always just think of him as a defender first.
Sometimes that's exactly what you need to be.
Right?
Just perfect place, perfect time to clean up the mess, as a timeout will be taken by the Stars here, and probably very smart for them to take the timeout here. They just gave up 3 straight goals in a row to the Hammers, and that new young head coach of the Stars talking to his team. This is the first year of Skylar Rohier as head coach of the Stars. I'm going to take a quick moment to thank some of our sponsors who have helped make this possible today. Spud's Pizza Parlor, Tacoma's original supporter and a big supporter of local sports, as well as Daytech, a technology partner for all your technology needs.
Also, we want to shout out ProLiance for being one of Bellingham United's sponsors, and also Levo Sport. We've got these awesome Levo jerseys they were wearing with ProLiance right across the front. So thank you to both of our sponsors as well.
Hammers in those very nice and iconic all-black uniforms that they wear with just a hint of that white trim. Very classy, very classic. The Stars
in the classy long sleeves. I love the long sleeve jerseys.
I'm a sucker for a long sleeve jersey. I wish we brought some more of that back. Maybe you should tell the Hammers next year as well. I mean, we do play in winter.
Exactly.
We'll have to see what was said during that break. We talked about a close game for the Stars last week, 2-1. They were in the lead at that halftime, but definitely something was said. And AJ Nitzel, he and I were talking last week after the interview off the record. I'm gonna give him a little hot mic here. He said he was not losing to the same team 3 times in a row this year.
There we go.
So the Stars very much want to win this game, but Ivan Collin one-on-one. Tony Pena with a dive, and he just can't quite get in front. Ivan Collin extends the lead by 3 as it's 4-1. Whatever was said at that timeout break was
not working yet.
Not working just yet. What a great goal that one was. Was that little on the assist there?
Potentially?
The official book will get it, I'm sure, but it was a great setup play. Collin just behind the entire defense, found wide open. He goes with the patience, catches Pena just a little off center, and he's able to put that one home. Stars back in the offensive zone. Can they get at least something back? Swing this momentum. And look who it is. Number 10 back from the locker room. Thankfully, he's back in this game and doing well, it seems, as it's Pedro Huerta who took the shot there and was just a little wide of net, but glad to see him back on the field.
Absolutely.
It's party rocking in this building for sure if you're a Hammers fan.
Absolutely.
We've got a great soundtrack to go with a fantastic game. I might finally make a prediction and say, well, it's going to be a high-scoring game here.
I like where your head's at for sure.
I won't give a commentator jinx and say who it's going to be, but definitely I think there are plenty more goals from both teams to come here.
I agree, especially if Bellingham keeps pressing as high as it looks like they will. And if, Tacoma knows they need goals now, they're going to have to press higher as well.
And that is another foul on the Hammers. Number 10 again, that same shoulder again. He took a big fall on that one. He's back to the bench, showing some pain, some grimace. Wonder how that'll affect him. Mark Lee gets a start. He goes to Zidek to get the play going here. The Hammers pressuring forward, not giving any room. They go over the defense, and they're going to find the number 9 of this team, who's been a phenomenal player for them, and that's Itamar Bastos. Delaluz across the pitch. And Hernandez plays this one forward to Mark Lee. Hernandez cuts back, trying to spin around the 22 of the Hammers, but Judas Straight not giving him any room. Bastos played back to Zidek. Zidek moved it forward. It's a 2-on-1 battle. Down goes both players. They're going to say the foul is on Tacoma, and it's a free kick just outside the box for Little. Bellingham getting some new fresh legs out in on the rotation here as they're down in this near left wing side corner. Stars with possession, but they were trying to find an escape. They finally do, but it's cleared only so far. And Bastos with another foul. This one on the number 25 of your Hammers there, Corey.
Oh, there's Richard Henderson on the field in the goalkeeper uniform. So,
as mentioned, wearing the pink, that's the number 9 in the pink. Henderson slipped. The Tacoma fans wondered if there was a hand outside the box. Looks like he was able to chest that one down. Both fan bases just as loud and just as hyped as both the teams are on the field. There's tension all the way to the ceiling here. Pena gets across that center line, no longer has a 4-second counter. He puts one dead on himself. Henderson has to make a stop with his hands. Doesn't have any gloves on as he's playing a 6-man, trying to change up the offense, but he makes the save and throws it all the way down to one of the goal scorers here today, number 8, Thomas Watson. And it's played all the way back.
I feel like if you're Tacoma, if you see Richard Henderson on the field in a goalkeeper uniform, you're going to want to take advantage of that field player being in the net and just test him as much as you can.
Absolutely. The defense is being very strong down low, so that might be the smart reason why Pena went direct himself on that, seeing if he could find a back post or something, as this one's going to be cleared by number 6 of the Stars. Bergen sent that one clear, and then this one put in the top net by the Hammers. And my goodness, can you believe that's just the end of the first quarter of action here?
What a crazy first quarter.
Definitely not the first quarter I'm sure
No.
the Tacoma fans were expecting. We definitely thought it was going to take a little while before that first goal, but instead it's 1-4 and another 15 minutes coming just after this 3-minute break. Welcome back to the Tacoma Soccer Center, where the Stars and Hammers face off in the 2025-2026 WISL final. If you're just joining us, the Stars are down 3 goals to the Hammers, 4-1 in the opening quarter here, as we get set to start the second quarter of action and finish out this first half here. Hammers going with a 3-2 formation, whereas the Stars going with a 2-3 formation. They know they need more goals. They have to be a little more aggressive. That's why AJ Nitzel, Zidek, and Lozano will play up top with Shalekwi in the back. And their 5th player on the field is number 13, Brelo Navarre. Caro on the right wing side, one of the stronger left-footed players in the league. Currently set back over to Gus Deal. Henderson plays this forward. No one in position, as it was Elliot Rains who tracked back. Lozano trying to escape some pressure. Henderson staying with him, as well as Judah Strait. Deal sends this one across to that far left wing side to Richard Henderson, back in a traditional black uniform, as Little back in the game here. Pena gets the save and makes the throw down the line. Hammers gonna get away with it. They're back in the offensive zone already. It wasn't able for Pena to find a connecting pass to Luis Chavez. straight, sends this one back. They go back 2 straight. Pressure in the box, but Stars are going to have a clear. It's a 2-on-1. Down goes Chavez. Whistle came, so that ball in the net will not count as a goal. It's a free kick for the Stars. We got to be close to foul count here, I feel.
I was just about to ask you if you knew what the foul count looked like at this point.
Not exactly. I'll be better about that in the second half here. But it's pretty close for both teams. I think there are 4 or 5 either side here. It should be a factor pretty soon. That was a straight blue card, as I recall, earlier in the game. So it does not go against the foul count. Gilles Delaluz does not find a lane open, and the Hammers defense coming up strong. Thomas Watson plays this one back. Now it's going to be Herring, sends over to Little. Little's going to bring it up. Both sides getting fresh legs on the field here. Played into that near right wing side. Thomas Watson looking for a brace early here. Pena out of net, tracking back, but a couple headers from the defense is going to help out, and the Stars are able to escape some pressure. Little recovers possession. Looked like that one was intended to go down to Salisbury, and this one's played a little too hard, high and out of the net area. There's a great effort by Darbo, but it's top of the key here. Henderson to take a 3-man wall. Dummied the first one, strike with the second, and Pena answers the call there. He gets a stop.
Yeah, the free kick from that exact spot is how Bellingham scored their first 3 goals last week. So certainly Tacoma has seen film on that. I'm sure. Oh!
What a dive from
Wow.
Henderson. And Little making the stop, as it was Bastos with a strike there. Trying to drag 1 goal back here for the Stars. Caro again with that scorpion. Tries Pena. Pena's able to get in front of it. He stays upright, as it's Salisbury battling in the corner with Bastos. Itamar Bastos now has Caro joining in, so he tracks back opposite direction, and it's going to be sent clear by Hernandez. Salisbury using the size advantage he has, but Delalou's going to kick this one right at the wall and escape that pressure inside the box. Pena with a quick, easy little roll around the boards. He's going to slow down some of this pace. Lee's going to play this one forward over to Zidek. He's going to outside of the foot pass that one to Pena. Now Lee down the line. Zuluaga lifts it up to Nitzel. Nitzel's got the only goal for the Hammers here for the Stars right now. As the Hammers have been able to go 4 unanswered on the Stars. Pena down into AJ Nitzel. It's almost exactly how they got a goal here last week. Little with a corner for the Stars. Zidek to take it. He's got Lazaro and Zuluaga to his left, but he goes across to Shalekwi. Zuluaga dribbling past 1-2, plays it towards the center. Zidek cannot get there, as it's Ivan Collin on the defense stopping him. Lozano heads it back off the board. Shalekwi back to Lozano, and the Stars gonna keep it and get quick substitution. Zidek played it forward into Nitzel, back inside the box. Nitzel tries to feed this one over to Shalekwi or Zidek on a run. Hammers now 3-on-2 forward. Lazaro sells out, save. Oh, unfavorable bounce for the Hammers off the wall, and the Stars are gonna escape what could have been another goal. Lozano down the line, back to Nitzel. AJ towards the center. That one gonna be intercepted by the man now with the ball, running down the line, number 17, Elliot Raines, who opened the scoring for the Hammers. Plays off the wall. Great shot by Darbo, but he's not able to get that one on target. It goes wide, and we're back the other direction. Nitzel again.
Great
Big
challenge
step-in challenge by number 25.
Very back and forth here for the last couple minutes.
It has been, as Grayson Cannell with a big save of what should have been a one-on-one with Little and Nitzel. Pena gets a save. Lazaro outside the foot, off the wall. Can't quite feed this one to his teammate. And Darbo in a 1-on-3. Pena dives, gets a hand on it. It's just cleared again by the Stars. Hammers bringing pressure man onto man here. Huerta has gone down twice with that shoulder we've seen. He's still back out here. Now Darbo trying to get around Zidek. Darbo and Zidek make contact. It's a foul. This should be a 6th. Little thinks it's the 6th. The 4th referee filling out the book. He hasn't said anything yet, so we'll continue to play on. Salisbury has 3 white jerseys around him. Caro down the line. Deal into Herring. He's able to turn favorably for him. Huerta went the other direction. Pena had a sellout right at the corner. Salisbury, who's there, can't punish him for it. Pena's able to recover and get the save. Wheels this one in. And it's going to be lost by Herring and stolen by Herring. Both teams now making some substitutions. Mark Lee to take the free kick. Bergen was the intended target, but he plays dummy, moves forward. It's Pena coming out of the box here. He's now just across the halfway line. No more timer on him. Goalkeepers only have 4 seconds to release the ball unless they're past the halfway line. This one played in. Bastos back up to Delaluz. Play back into Bastos. Bastos and Delaluz trying for a quick pick and roll, but they're intercepted instead by the Hammers. 14 of Isaac Grimes. Caro plays it back to Herring. Herring and Deal. The 2 defenders out back. Still 5 minutes to go in this first half of action here. Been a very quiet second quarter after an explosive first quarter from the Hammers. It's been more defensively sound here. Bergen and Delaluz were initially on the defense. Bergen sliding in here. Doesn't get enough, and there's a goal. What a threaded pass that one was. And what a strike from number 22. And Judah Strait is on the score sheet, as that's 5 goals unanswered by 5 different Hammers. My, what a pretty goal that one was.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Such a narrow window to get that pass off and get that shot off.
And there was no way to go inside at all, as there were 2 defenders and a goalkeeper in the way, but just over the shoulder of Pena with as much space as he had. Nitzel with 3 black jerseys around him. This is a very strong Bellingham side, probably the strongest they've had in several years. Chris Lozano gets a goal back, and finally, after 5 straight, the Stars get themselves back on the score sheet, and it's not going to be a runaway train just yet. Number 2 gets the second. And the lead's back down to 3 for the Hammers.
Right as we're talking about what a quiet second period this has been.
You know, I got a little bored. Put a commentator curse
like
in there, you know.
I like that. Keep it interesting.
Huerta played it off the wall. Foul called. Henderson talking trash to the fans. Huerta wondering how he got a foul on that one. I was watching the ball played further down. This should be potentially the sixth foul. It is the sixth foul on the Stars. And that's going to be a power play now for the Hammers.
Not what you want if you're the Stars, looking to get any momentum, especially after scoring there. Maybe thinking you have some momentum. It's just been killed right there.
Completely wiped out. I think Bellingham was arguing it should be a double blue card, the sixth foul, and I think they wanted a boarding on Henderson.
Okay.
Henderson felt the contact and went into the wall well. Referee decided it wasn't boarding, but did decide it was enough to be a foul.
Okay.
And so that's what led to that sixth foul, and now a power play here for the Hammers. Henderson still in the black jersey, not in the pink as you had mentioned. Little will stay out on the field for now. Salisbury over to Caro on the wing. Caro off the wall, but no one down in the post. Ivan Collin keeps it within the offensive zone there. And he now has it on that far left wing side. Henderson to Caro. Caro brings it back. Zaidic gets a touch in on it. He's now bringing pressure, and it's forced all the way. So this is the second power play of the game, the second one for the Hammers. They scored on their first. Both teams defensively good on the kill here. Will it be a 50-50 or some contact there? Referee says get up, continue on play to number 19 of the Hammers. Player that went down was Joart Tidbolm. He's got one of the 5 goals for the Hammers. Colin to Henderson.
They just have so many goal scorers on this team. It's kind of hard to pick who you would even put in a power play unit.
Last year, everyone knew it was going to Henderson. He went for the golden boot and ran away with it. This year, not so much for him. He's still getting his points with 14 assists and 10 goals, but not having to do all the scoring duties himself.
Maybe that's why they're finding a little bit more success this year. You don't have to rely so much on a few players. And spread the love.
A much younger squad as well
absolutely.
compared to years past, which definitely helps, especially bench depth. As it's going to be killed off by the Stars, so 50% here on the night in power plays. Collins with it. Still the Hammers with possession, but it's back to 5 aside as running onto the field for the Stars was number 14 of Luis Chavez, the player they selected to be in the box. Little tries to clear this one over to Straight. Straight's gonna go just as far as Lozano, and the Stars trying to find that momentum again. They got the kill. You mentioned it. They got the goal. They were trying to build some momentum there, Corey. And then the penalty, obviously.
That's just got to put some confidence into your players, knowing that.
Judah Straight with the needlework again. Is he building a quilt with these goals as it's bottom corner with just enough room for the ball? And Judah Straight's second goal of the game already.
Yeah, I guess any momentum that Tacoma potentially were going to build after killing that, no longer there at this point.
Yellow card now shown to the head coach of the Stars. Must have said something on the bench that the referee did not like. Understandable, though, as they're now down another 4 goals as it's 6-2 as a scoreline here with a minute 36 still to go in this first half. My, what an interesting second half this is going to be. Will it be the Stars dragging themselves back into this game? Will it could be a continue of the first half and the Hammers just running away with it? Caro on outside foot plays this one forward to Grimes. There's going to be plenty more action had here for sure in this building with the final minute underway. Pena stays out in goal. No reason to give up another at halftime, trying to get a 6-man just yet out on the field. Lee plays this one into Bastos. Bastos goes down on top of the ball, foul. It's going to be given to the Hammers. That's going to be the first foul. We're going to keep count now.
That's right,
for
yeah.
the Stars there. Little, a rule book himself, discussing with the referee on the placement of that one. We continue on, 40 seconds remaining here, and it's played all the way back to Riley Little himself. Third second, he plays it into the wing, intended for Henderson. It's going to be Delaluz who's going to get it. Markley, quick one touch, giving it back to Delaluz, and Delaluz is going to hold it as we've got 20 seconds still to go. Pena now brings it forward. Lee calls for it. Pena played it forward. It's headed down, however, by the Hammers, number 18 of.
Good hands there from Riley Little as well. Just maybe going to kill out the rest of this half pretty much.
Indeed, and a great header that was from Gabriel Jacobson, being able to not let the Stars get a last-second shot off. And that's going to be this first half of action. We've got 15 minutes till the second half of a 6-2 game right now. Hammers over the Stars. Going to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, the main sponsor of the WISL, that being West Coast Goalkeeping, the official goalkeeping sponsor. Goalkeepers using all the gloves inside the whistle are the West Coast Goalkeeping gloves, and the official match ball here of the sponsor of the Tacoma Stars Reserve. Daytech, a technology partner. Spud's Pizza Parlor, Tacoma's reporter of technologies, specializing in
Alliance and Levo for sponsoring United with their uniforms and kits and everything. So thank you to them.
And we'll be back in just 13 minutes time for the second half of action. Don't forget to join us in for that. Welcome back to the Tacoma Soccer Center 2025-2026 WISL final here, where a very free-flowing Bellingham United is out here taking on the Tacoma Stars reserves. They were entering this building hoping for a five-peat. They've won the last four. Will they be able to make the comeback here, down 4 goals, or will this be a Hammers banner for their 5th title here? Joined with me again is our wonderful Bellingham commentator, Corey Lindsay. Corey, what are your thoughts going into this second half here?
I'm not surprised by the good defense that Bellingham has played thus far. I'm expecting more goals, I guess, but it's really hard to say, honestly, at this point. I wasn't expecting this many in the first period. I wasn't expecting this many after the first half, so.
What a missed opportunity that was. AJ Nitzel flying down the field after the first foul call there in against the Hammers. And Nitzel just barely could not connect on that one. Could have been an early opportunity to score there. I can definitely agree. It's felt like there's been good defense. The scoreline won't show it, but both sides frantically flying. Little right there, just punching it down. Didn't even have to move for that one. But it's been a fantastic defensive game here. A lot of credit, especially to the Hammers. A lot of their goals coming on these counterattack opportunities the defense has set up for them.
Yeah, a lot of goals coming in spurts, just for both teams. But maybe Bellingham sits back a little bit more this half, knowing that they don't have to play as much offense, but I feel like when they're so good at scoring, why would you want to sit back?
You have to expect that the Stars are going to push forward a little more, so you might be right. Sit back, wait for the opening, and punish them on the counter there, because you know the Stars need 4 goals, so you know they're going to be bringing the pressure more forward for sure. That might be a great strategy, as you mentioned. Just sit back, wait, and then the goals will come your way still. Little with an easy save, thanks to the help of Gus Deal. Deep down the line already, 2 Stars already tracked back as Straight is looking for a chance to potentially go for the hat trick there. He's not going to be able to get that opportunity just yet as Pena made the stop, and now he has possession of the ball right about the center field.
This is one thing you don't really see from Bellingham as much as them getting their goalkeeper into the attacking half of the field, whether they're up or down. So I like seeing the other teams do it. I think it's fun. I don't get to see it all the time.
Definitely very much a standard old school stay in the box type of keeper, except when you're in Snohomish. He, as we had a big discussion on this past summer when he was playing up at the Sky Cup Showdown that was hosted in Snohomish, he was the goalkeeper on one of the teams. He himself scored 2 goals, and we had to open the rule book because we were playing WISL rules. If a goalkeeper throws it in his box across the field into the net of the goal without touching the ground at any point, it's not an offsides. It does count as a good goal. So he's been known to score himself once or twice, and quite the plethora of knowledge here inside the WISL as well. This field seems a little too far. Heavy challenge there. Referee says continue on play.
Bodies hit the ground everywhere here.
Everybody's going down. The first one did look clean. It did look like all ball. Bellingham was not happy about it, and then it just got a little chippy right after that.
Maybe each challenge getting a little bit more of the person every single time.
A little bit. Sometimes that's how it is. It just escalates. The referees, they've talked or overheard during the game. Unless it's egregious, they're going to let them play. They're going to try to stay out of this game as much as they can. Obviously, safety will always be the priority, and you can't just get away with a hack and slash fest. No Brexit football to be played here, but they will let the players play. That's why you see them saying get up. It was on some of these tiki-tacky, lighter types of fouls or some very obvious attempts at dives from both sides. Everyone's trying to find an advantage where they can, and the refs are just going to let them play on, and unless it's egregious, which I think they've shown that very much so here today. And they have gone to the pocket for a yellow card. That's a foul on the Stars. That's the Stars' 3rd foul. Ivan Collin got taken out by Chris Lozano on that one. Collin and Henderson discussing how they want to start this play. Out comes Caro Salisbury. And the 5th man on this play is Tibholm. They went near side post, and Pena there to make the stop for the Stars. So just about 5 minutes into this third quarter, it's been a very back and forth 5 minutes for sure. And a much more physical one, I think, than we saw potentially in the first half. Corey, have you seen this much from Bellingham this year, being this far up? You've obviously seen the last 2 times they played the Stars. Is this a very similar situation for them? Are they comfortable playing up like this?
I think that they are. I think, especially within the last few weeks, they've had some games where they have been up in the 4th period, and it's gotten a little bit out of hand from both teams. There's been a lot of fouls, a lot of cards. So if they go into this 4th period up a few goals, they're going to want to make sure they're not giving away those silly fouls and those blue cards in dangerous areas.
Zuluaga goes down. Referee still not calling anything. Looks like he just tripped under himself, so the right call there. Colin gets the header, and he's going against Zuluaga now on that left wing side. Zuluaga comes in heavy with the pressure. Colin managed to keep possession of the ball and finally loses it here as Shalekwi goes across the field towards Delaluz. Delaluz down that line was straight. Delaluz trying to spin out of it. He doesn't, goes down. There's a foul called. It's a free kick outside the zone.
Bellingham have to be close to a 6th foul here as well, right?
I think that's the discussion. There it is. You
Okay,
called it.
there it is.
So all the fans back home, that was not me. That was all
That's my
on
bad.
her. That do not need the bad juju for that. So, but yes, that is the 6th foul, and we can be back on count here now.
Sweet.
It's
That's awesome.
3-0. So it's a power play, the first one for the Stars where they're up a player. And the Hammers need to put a player in the box. They're finally gonna find someone to sit out for the 2 minutes, so they'll release the player at 6:11, it looks like. Clock has been running. While the referees figure this out, there might be a stoppage to figure out what time it should be set to, when to the foul, as it does look like the clock is now stopped at 8:08. We'll see if any time is adjusted here. So the 4 defenders being brought out, as it's the first penalty kill for the Hammers here tonight, is going to be a combination of number 18, Gabriel Jacobson, in a wall with one of the other players who I cannot see right now.
Number 8, Thomas Watson.
Thank you
one
for
of the goal scorers from tonight.
Great pull there. Thank you very much, Corey. Thomas Watson, as well as Gabriel Jacobson in the 2-man wall. Zidek to take this free kick. In the back two, looks like it's going to be Gus Deal and partnered up with Elliot Rains in the back there. Zidek goes to his right. The only real option he had there of Mark Lee. And now they're going to start this power play here. Chased all the way back to the halfway line. Not exactly what you want if you're the Stars. It does open up the floor. Maybe it's strategic, trying to find the opening lane. Zidek goes down low. Little picks it up as he intercepts what was a pass intended for AJ Nitzel. Little with the deep throw himself. And Mark Lee having to play some true defense here as the Hammers now track back on the power play. I would not be surprised to see a shorthanded goal here from either of these teams. AJ Nitzel with a chance there, and it's intercepted by Deal and sent around the boards. Pena has to recover and give this one over to Lee. The captain bringing it forward. He's got Zidek on the left, but he goes to the right where we have Huerta. Huerta with that shoulder that's been nagging him all day in this battle here. And a
great challenge.
It was a good challenge and a good save. Huerta wasn't able to get a good shot off as it was intercepted by Jacobson. Down the line again, Zidek has to play over to Pena as there was pressure being brought on by Reigns. Huerta through center over to Lazaro, who's got the second goal for the Stars. Zidek has to send it back over to Lee. This one sailing through all the beams and stays in play somehow. Lee tried to play it forward. Huerta wasn't able to get past anyone there. And it's a 5-on-5 duel here as time was added back on the clock, and quite a lot of it too, as it's now 7-23. AJ Nitzel down low, 5 aside as we continue play here. Lazaro deep attempt there for the back post, couldn't find anyone, and Lazaro's got to track back as he's got number 14 on a breakaway of Isaac Grimes. Grimes goes down, we continue play. Zidek across the field, that's where Shalekwi is. And he's gonna hold pace as these Stars gonna bring on some fresh players with a quick substitution. Pena now across the halfway line. Pena plays it down in, this time it's not Nitzel, it's number 14 for the Stars, that being Luis Chavez. Chavez off the wall, a little too strong, couldn't find the runner coming in. It would have been a great goal had Diego Hernandez gotten there in time. But yet again, the Hammers defense comes up strong as they're perfect on the kill tonight, and the Stars are 50%. Chavez dueling at the wall, down goes the 15 of the Hammers. Referee says continue playing as Herring gets back up. Pena back to that left wing corner. Nitzel again. Nitzel in a battle all day so far with Grayson Connell. Not found any opening since that initial goal. Pena comes way out of the net to get the interception. The loose ball is brought back by the Stars forward. Mark Lee picks it up as there was almost an issue there with players trying to substitute on. Good recovery from the captain. Nitzel sets up the play again, using the size to keep it forward. Zuluaga off the wall, almost an own goal. Little's able to get there just in time.
We have 5 minutes left in the third period and no goal. It feels like a lot more has happened than what has actually happened. We've not seen any goals.
Very true indeed. 2 players for the Hammers went down, both making contact with Lee. Lee showing some frustration, not because he's been making contact, but rather both Bellingham players went down. Referee said it was not a foul both times, and right after, the Hammers are going to call a timeout here. So about 5 minutes still to go in this third quarter of action. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors.
Thank you, Pro-Liance Surgeons, for sponsoring Bellingham United, and also Levo Sport for getting us our sick uniforms that say
Pro-Liance, a new title sponsor for you guys this year as well too, aren't they? Or maybe it's been a year or two?
Recent
More
sponsor
recent
for sure,
than
yeah.
previous. Had the iconic lion across the chest for quite a while
yeah.
there.
Yeah, that was iconic.
Some photos we could find if we go back through the
yeah.
archives of this finals matchup. We've mentioned that most of the matchups in the finals have been the Hammers versus the Stars. Stars obviously with more all-time final banners than the Hammers, but they're creeping up on them now as they look poised to take a 5th here tonight. Both these organizations also have fantastic women's team, as the WISL only 3 years ago introduced the women's matchup in the WISLW. the Tacoma Galaxy, who also plays here, and the Bellingham Hammers as well. Both those teams, last year Hammers were in the final. They lost to the Snohomish Sky women's side. And this year the Galaxy made it to the finals as well, losing to the Sky again. But both organizations are just massive soccer factories, both in the north and south of the state here. Iconic teams either side. Straight blue card being shown here to Richard Henderson. So Richard now has to sit for 2 minutes on a straight blue card. A little too many extracurricular activities being done there. So this will not go against a foul count, as it still looks like there's no fouls for the Hammers. It's a straight blue card. And the second power play now for the Stars. They're still down 4 goals with 4:49 still to go. And so the Hammers were able to kill off that first power play. Will they be able to do it again, or will they also go 50% on the night like the Stars? Stars have killed off 1 of 2. The Hammers currently killed off 1 and about to be on the defense again.
Yeah, if you're Tacoma, this is exactly what you want. You need goals, and you need any sort of momentum anywhere that you can find it. Especially just having their last power play be killed. That wasn't what they wanted. And maybe they're looking to get a goal here, get a couple goals going into the 4th period. We've got just under 5 minutes left to go here.
Plenty of time, 20 minutes of footy still to be played. Pena gets it started over to Lozano. Chris Lozano bringing this one forward, goes over to Huerta. Lozano with a quick one-touch over to Zajdik. Trying to figure out what the defense is going to do here for the Hammers. Quick turn, Mark Lee down low. He's spinning around some of these Hammer players. He loses possession down in that corner, but still got them trapped. Hammers haven't found a way to escape yet, but Huerta comes away with it and gives it to Lozano. Zajdik wide open on the left side. And down goes Huerta. It's a foul on the Hammers. Huerta got back up immediately this time. We've seen him go down twice in this game holding the shoulder. He's back up. Looks like the sting's gone, and what a challenge that one was from Thomas Watts. Zajdik keeps possession, but my goodness, what a missed opportunity. 1-2 from Mark Lee, and that's some frustration right there.
Yeah.
AJ Nitzel right into the box, perfectly set that up for Mark Lee, and just wasn't able to connect on the first or second strike. It was a great challenge by Watts, but it did put him a little too far out there. What a chance that could have been to capitalize for the Stars. A little bit of luck there, but I like the aggressiveness out on defense here from the Hammers. They're not playing back. They're not trying to just move side to side. They're trying to get a steal, and they're looking and actively hunt for a short-handed goal right now.
You said that we might see one tonight.
The way they're playing, it might be the case. Zajdik with a big strike down low. Watts off his knee and around the board. Zajdik plays this back to the top. And Lozano plays it in. Lee to Huerta. Huerta back to Lee. Zajdik to Lozano for a big strike. This one blocked again from a nice sliding tackle, but instead it's number 18 of Jacobson. Pena has to make a stop.
1v1 save there.
Not something you ever want to see your keeper have to do. Right as Henderson's released, Caro's going to come on for him instead, and that's 2 penalties killed off for the Hammers. And a foul against them. That's only their second. Little drives it forward all the way to Salisbury down the line. Delaluz for the Stars is able to find a toe poke and gets this one over to Nitzel. Nitzel's going to hold up his squad. He wants to get off for a quick substitution change. And on will come Chavez. Chavez moving forward through the middle. Another substitute coming off for the Stars. This time it's number 5 coming off of the pitch of Stabbert, and instead on will come Shalekwi. Shalekwi played this one bouncing forward in towards Chavez. Shalekwi with a strike just a little wide. Great wide open chance just on the volley. Couldn't get enough inside of that boot, and it went just a little wide. Caro with Pena one-on-one. Pena gets back in his box, and defenders are able to track back, but Caro with a great challenge there. Playing this one forward. He's going to go to the bench substitute. On will come Straight, who's got a brace tonight himself. Pena sends this clear. It's a defensive clear, and that's going to be at the top of the spot, not the red line. So very short field right now for the Hammers to bring some momentum in that final 45 seconds of the third. Henderson gets his start, gives to Caro. Caro with a left-footed strike, and a sliding save from Delaluz keeps it out of play. Corner for the Hammers with 33 seconds to go. And it's going to be played all the way back to Little and just take some more time off the clock. Little down into Salisbury. Back heels it to Caro. Caro with another strike, another sliding tackle save by Delaluz, and another corner situation, but only 13 seconds remain. They're going to say defensively cleared. Hit the roof, and so it'll be taken from the red line. Collins goes direct with it. Caro's now down. He gets back up. Zuluaga with the last touch, but that's going to be the horn here. And that's the third quarter. No goals after a scoring fest in the first half, and it's been all defensive so far here.
I very much thought my score prediction was not going to be anywhere near where we ended up, given that it was 6-4, but it's still a possibility. Yeah.
Vegas still has a line on that one.
Yeah.
The WISL All-Stars team, which has also been announced, potentially going down to nationals with the Snohomish Sky women's side for a chance at a national title here. Several players out on the field to be on that team as well. And that's taking place at the end of the month, the 27th, 28th, and 29th of March. There is a GoFundMe currently going if you'd like to see these WISL players continue on their journey as well. But first, we got to get through the final, and that'll be the last quarter of action here in the next 2 minutes. Quick thank you to Raceway Technologies, who's a manufacturer of PVC and fiberglass products for underground power communication and utility applications, specializing in custom bent elbows. The Raceway motto is "Get Bent." And a thank you to Daytech, a technology partner. Well, we've got our final quarter about to begin here. Only 3 more seconds. The Stars are down 4 goals as the Nails have just been hammered into the block here. The trophy starting to look like it's going north this year. And a 5th banner for the Hammers. There's still plenty of footy to be played here. Mark Lee deep into AJ Nitzel, who gets a scorpion kick of himself. Out of play here, though. Well, the current favorite scoreline by your color analyst here of Corey Lindsay is 6-4. It's currently 6-2. We'll have to see if that one turns out.
If you were Tacoma, what were you saying to your team going into this 4th period?
I think you say the same thing they said last weekend when they were winning 2-1. This is our building. It's hard to play here, and this is a lot of history in this arena that you can't give up. You're at home. This is your field. This is your facility, and nothing would hurt more than to see them raise a trophy on your own field. I think that's what they've said. They're probably going to have to be more aggressive, but keep fouls out of it. Zuluaga into the corner here. Gives this one over to the midfielder of Alan Berrigan. What would you have said if you were Bellingham coming into this final quarter here?
I would have said do exactly what we just did in the 3rd period. They conceded no goals, and being up 4 right now, you're happy to go another period conceding 0 and driving home with a trophy. But I think also just no silly fouls, no unnecessary blues, nothing that could put this in the ref's hands and not your own.
Very true. Good steal from Lazaro. Goes in. Nitzel with outside the boot, just a little wide of the top corner there. What a chance that was. And Zuluaga with the strike. This one hits the roof, and it's Straight, who's showing a little frustration because he was going to be wide open for that.
I think a lot of those bounces that require a little bit of luck, a lot of those things that have been off by inches, they've all gone in Bellingham's favor tonight and not in Tacoma's.
Except for the initial goal that AJ Nitzel scored to open up the game's scoring line. You've been correct. It's just been the luck on the side of the Hammers today. Not to discredit the phenomenal skill from either team that's been on display as well, though. Little taking the free kick, sends it on a bouncing pass through the middle. It's going to be picked up by the 19. And Tidbolm is going to send it across the field. Henderson battling in the middle. He has to send it back, and a foul will be called against the Stars' number 5 of Stanford Stabbert. That's the 4th foul for Tacoma. Something to watch out for. A blue card will be shown. I might have missed a couple fouls in my count.
Oh, I didn't realize that was 6 either.
Didn't look like enough contact to be a straight blue, so it must have been the 6th foul here.
Yeah.
There was so much going on, we just forgot to get a couple tally marks. So it's going to be Henderson to take this free kick here. A one-man wall. That is indeed confirmed as the 6th team foul, bringing up the 2-minute power play, which will release at 10:11. Henderson going with a one-man wall. Pena with a hand on it, getting a save. Might have been a little wide if he hadn't touched it, but still brings up a corner where Caro sends it over to Henderson around the corner. And a battle at the wall with Tidbolm, who's got one of the goals here today. Rolls this one back over to Henderson, who's at the halfway line. It's Zidek up front with Berrigan. Lee down low with Lazaro. As it's the 3rd power play for the Hammers to show. They've scored 50% of the previous 2. Will they go for 66 overall today? This one right off the post and out. What a chance that one was from Ivan Collin. Salisbury keeps possession. as Lee's playing it smart. Don't need to go down another player. Ivan Collin with another one. Pena with a strike. Caro off the keeper and in as he kisses the badge as he runs by. And the captain, Christian Caro, gets a goal off the deflection from Pena's first save.
Looks like they'll go for 66% on the night.
They will indeed. 2 out of 3 scored. And an assist and a goal for Christian Caro here tonight. And a foul as Straight goes down, holding his head.
A straight blue.
A straight blue
again.
for Delaluz. So just coming off a
man.
power play where they scored. And immediately back on as it's Delaluz who has to go to the box. So it's 11 flat on the clock. At 9 flat, we'll release the Stars player and a chance for another goal here, extending the lead to 5. Well, I'm sorry to say your prediction's officially broken now,
Bummer.
but Hammers fans might be happy as it's
Right.
another goal for them. Little starting off the free kick. Salisbury over to Ivan Collin. Pena had a chance. Caro almost getting a second goal, but just a little wide off the knee. Ivan Collin off the wall. Pena's gonna trap this one. And Tony Pena will throw it deep. It's Richard Henderson who tracks back to recover.
Richard Henderson is usually like their hold-up striker sort of position. That's what he plays. But
Plays
on
much
these,
more that false 9 for
yeah,
sure.
on these power plays, their attacking power plays, he sits in that deep role and kind of dictates, I guess, their attack and what it looks like.
Moves to a more traditional
Yeah.
10, if you would, playing outdoor than he would on your indoor striker for sure. Fun fact for you, he also coaches the EPL WA second division team where the Hammers play in. He played center back in their final that they had earlier this summer where the Everett Seagulls ended up winning it, the Everett FC team in the EPL WA second division. But seeing him play center back was definitely something I was not prepared for and definitely threw me for a loop. So someone who can definitely play all positions of the
Right.
field.
Well, we've seen him play keeper, so I guess he really can play everywhere.
Stars still trying to see if they can get some goals. Goals come quick in indoor. This game's not wrapped up yet with 9:19 still to go. Pena's got 3 black jerseys in front of him, and he's able to escape it somehow. Delaluz still in the bench. It is still a power play here. And it's killed off, so back to 50% on the night, which is good if you're a Stars fan here. Tacoma Soccer Center still is just as loud as when we started this game. Both fans really showing out for the program as Pena dives onto. Going to take a break as well here, as it's going to be only about a minute break for the timeout, and we'll be right back to bring you the next 8 minutes and 41 seconds of action here.
back live again.
And the Stars changing it up. Chris Lozano is not only wearing a captain's band, but he's also wearing the blue penny, as he's going to be the goalkeeper with 8 minutes and 41 seconds still to go. Down 5 goals in a final. Now is that desperation time. Pena not looking too happy to be on the bench, but hoping his team can bring them some goals forward. It's 5-on-5. And Zidek's going to get the roll from his teammate, usual partner in the midfield / defensive role of Lozano. Delaluz over to Lozano. He's bringing it back forward. They get past Caro and some of the others. Here's a quick strike from Luis Chavez. And Delaluz battling for it at the wall. Watson trapping it underneath himself. It's going to be a corner for Tacoma. Watson kind of crab roll walking his way back there, but he trapped the ball, which is a foul. Gives a corner, essentially where the ball already was, a drop ball rather, in the corner for the Stars. They have to see if they can continue to play forward. Mark Lee gets it off the wall. Delaluz has a chance. He goes down in the box. Whistle stays quiet. Big shove from Lee. Carl went in the board. That's a straight blue all day. All day, that is a boarding call. And it's going to be another power play for the Hammers. So 5 power plays on the night. Definitely been one of the factors here.
Yeah, usually, I mean, recently they've been going against Bellingham a little bit. They've been giving those up towards the ends of their games, so it's kind of fun to see them going in their favor. But I mean, regardless, this is how Bellingham's games have been ending the last month or so of the season, so not something they're not used to.
Salisbury retrieving. He's got 2 in front of him. Foul called against the Hammers. Lozano back as a regular player, still out there. Pena in net for the power play. And did that experiment pretty quickly there. Though, one point to notice of when the Stars had that 6-man out, they did not concede or really have any offensive pressure brought from the Hammers. As it's another foul by the Hammers. Lozano playing forward. They are down a player, but they're not showing it right now.
It's all Tacoma right now.
Much more smaller technical players. Ivan Collins.
3 quick fouls on Bellingham, against Bellingham. Not in Bellingham's favor anyway, so they're going to have to watch that as well.
They're on 5 fouls at this very moment. Next foul is a blue card. There's the warning to the bench from the referees of, hey, you're at 5. We could see some 4-on-4 potentially.
Ooh, that might be fun.
Caro steps in, picks the pocket of Zidek. They're battling at the wall for it. Zidek and Caro get their feet tangled up. There it is. It's a blue card. Is it a straight blue? It's a straight blue on Christian Caro. And he's got to go to the box. It's 4-on-4 and a chance to go down. And Lozano putting back on the penny. So that doesn't go against them. The Hammers still have 5. And we're going to play 4-on-4 for about a minute here. Yellow card shown now to the bench of the Hammers. Ivan Collin has the yellow card, I believe is who they gave it to. He might just be on the box to get off the field so play can continue. As it is 4-on-4 still, so looks like he just needed to get off the field. That's why he's in the box. Yellow card was shown to the bench as a little verbal escalation over there. So both coaches, or both benches rather, have yellow cards here tonight.
Bellingham are going to want to be careful on this because with that being a straight blue, aren't they still sitting at 5 fouls?
They're still sitting on 5 fouls. Straight blues do not go against your foul count. So they could go down to a 4-on-3 and potentially for a little bit a 5-on-3. I have seen a game this season where if you cannot field a full 3 players on the field, it's an automatic forfeit.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Might just have been because it was the final minute of the game, might not have been, but you
Who
have to
knows?
be able to have 3 players on the field at any given
Oh,
moment.
wow.
So that is also another thing to focus on.
Huh.
Getting all the bookkeeping done here with 6:17 still to play in this game. 5 goals is the difference, but there's a chance for a couple quick ones here from the Stars to make it at least interesting, if not push for a comeback. And we're just going to enjoy some chaperone, I believe, while we're in the
Sabrina Carpenter?
something of it.
Who knows?
I don't know, the headset
enjoyable
blocks,
regardless,
Yes,
yeah.
it blocks a lot of noise, but
Yeah.
it's something interesting. That's an open goal. Just missed, it's just wide. And referee's gonna call this one a 3-line foul. The first one of the game,
Here we
believe it or
go.
not. Bellingham arguing that it
they're not happy about
wasn't
it.
a 3-line, but that's what the referee calls. Either way, it would not have been a goal. It was just a little wide of the net, but what a chance it was regardless. Lozano to take this one. He's got Zuluaga to his right and Zidek to his left. And it is 5-a-side now.
Oh, here we
5
go.
on 4, rather. So AJ Nitzel and Gus Delaluz are the post players. And the defense is going to be Deal.
It looks like Rains, Jacobson, Deal, and Watson.
I can't read jersey numbers from here, but I believe that's what it is
Yeah.
indeed, yes. A little more bookkeeping being done. Our commissioner of the league running around making sure both benches have everything they need. Quick shout out to John there.
Shout out John.
Goes direct Lozano, and it's just stopped by Little. Got both hands up. Lozano plays it off the wall. Zidek picks it up. He brings it forward. They're still playing without a keeper. That's why it looks like it's a 5-on-4. But it is still down a man for the Stars, because they do not have a goalkeeper. That role is being filled by Lozano right now. There goes Lee. He's brought back into the game. So now it's 6-on-4. Offensively going forward. Zuluaga and Lozano.
Oh.
Little confusion.
Miscommunication.
And what a lucky foul
Yeah.
for the Stars. Lozano gets fouled and goes down, because that was a 2-on-nobody breakaway of who wants the goal for Bellingham. Lozano to take the free kick. About 2 feet inside the red line. Zuluaga still to the right. Zidek to the left. Another blue card. That's the 6th foul. We were questioning, one of them's got to come off for the Hammers, and it's 3-on-6 offensively.
Send the third player into the penalty box over there. There's already 2 of them sitting in there.
We're the 3 best friends anyone could
Yeah.
have, if I'm right. Unfortunate look there for the Hammers. And this is what you need with
Yeah.
5:18 left if you're the Stars. A goal only releases 1. A chance to get a second and get yourself closer within 3.
Yeah, this is not what you want if you're Bellingham. Having to defend with only 3 out there and just eat pressure. It's those silly little fouls at the end of the game that are going to put them in dangerous positions.
Definitely something to work on for next year. Thankfully, if you're a Hammers fan, they've built themselves enough of a lead. This couldn't cost them the game immediately. Lozano tried to go post to Lee. He has to track back as it's Watson with the block. Played forward just past one of the defenders. 2-on-1, quick goal there. Delaluz gets the 3rd goal for the Stars here. And Caro's allowed back on the field. So AJ Nitzel with an assist. Gilbert Delaluz with the goal. And we're back to a 4-goal lead for the Hammers. Ivan Collins still in the box. So is one of the players they brought in from the field.
Looks like Elliot Rains has joined him in there.
But when it rains, it pours. Will that be the case with goals? Zuluaga with the interception.
Maybe.
He's running. He has a strike. It's deflected. Markley's going to reset them. Pena comes out, and it's going to be Lozano, and it's another 6-on-4. Lozano back as the goalkeeper. Pena had to be out there for the start. Lozano over to Delaluz. Flicked up by Zuluaga. What a strike! What a goal that was!
Oh my
Zidek brings it back within 3. 4:31. This might be a game still. Pena back in goal as it's Josh Zidek with a banger goal down lower post. The building erupts and we got excited from some fantastic play
What
there.
a great strike. Oh my word.
Zuluaga with the flick of the heel up and out. Zidek with the one-time strike down low. Pena back in net. He gets the quick save there. Looking towards the bench. Lozano still sitting on the line, waiting for the Stars to get forward. Here we have a chance, and there's the switch. Lozano's back on the field. He's the goalkeeper in that blue penny. And now it's 6-on-5 with a 3-goal difference and 4 minutes to play. This game turned on its head out of nowhere. And Lozano's got to be smart about this. He tracks back. The Hammers being patient. Ivan Collins still in the box, unavailable, but Elliot Rains comes back on the field. Here's a quick chance. Gus Steele off the wall, and it's deflected just out of play by Straight. Zidek, who just got the most recent goal, takes a slow touch. Zidek brings it forward. AJ Nitzel down low. That's who they feed it to. Zidek has a chance. He has to back it out over to Lozano. 3:22 still to play. Foul, and it's going to be played at the top of the key. Foul on Bellingham.
Okay.
It's their first foul after they get to 6. Zuluaga subs back in. Lozano over to Zidek. Does almost the exact same thing. Gets through the wall. There's Little going for goal. Just a little wide. Delaluz brings this one forward. 2:45 on the clock. Lozano touches over to Zidek. Josh Zidek back over to Chris Lozano. Gil Delaluz. Lozano feeds in AJ Nitzel, but he's going to lose this physical battle that he's been having all day long. There's a big strike just a little bit high. Nitzel has himself a strike just a little wide. Lozano just put some power on it, and this one's into the high top net.
What an exciting finish to this game.
Pena comes back in for Lozano. He needs a break on that wall. Sending this one forward. Zidek ran a little too fast. Great spin by Herring. Herring with a chance. Pena comes up with it. Quick roll over to Zidek. Playing it forward. Minute 55 still to go. Lozano comes on, but a foul on the Hammers. Sets up a free kick. Zidek bringing it up quickly. Minute 52. They need 3 goals to force an overtime. And they're Bellingham now brings pressure with 2. Sliding save from Thomas Watson, clears it. Takes some time off the clock as Lozano has to pick it back up. Now it's being brought forward by the 4 of Hernandez. Hernandez lost it. It was Deal who sent it forward. Lozano, deep strike into that near left wing corner side. It's Dela Luz who has it. He tracks back over to Lozano. There's about a minute left, and I think if you're the Stars fan, there was some excitement late, but I think this might be a game for them. Watson and Lee make a run for it. Lee's going to get there in time, but it's too much off the clock. One last goal. Foul call just before. Goal will not stand. Frustration for someone who thought they had the wide open net, that being Gabriel Jacobson. It's a foul. There's a minute 4 still on the clock. Lozano's the keeper. He has to track back to take this. Lozano with the throw. The unpaid referees making themselves finally known in this game. Played in. Defensive zone, cross the way. Zidek's gonna get it off the wall. Watson with the easiest interception he's had of the day. He sends it forward and on. It's actually on pace.
Oh,
It's Thomas Watson.
Okay.
Thomas Watson with a deep goal just inside the red line. It was essentially a clear to get past Dela Luz. And that's going to be it. The trophy will go to Bellingham. There's still 45 seconds to make it official. But that's going to end what a good run for 2 quick goals that was from the Stars. So Watson's got a brace, and so does Straight. Caro has an assist and a goal. Caro falls down. No reason to give a foul at this point. Just get the game over. Well, there's a foul still. You still have to call some.
Yeah.
27.6 seconds. It won't make much of a difference, but they do have Lazaro as the keeper. AJ Nitzel had said he didn't want to lose to the same team 3 times, but unfortunately his nightmare comes true. That should be a foul on Bellingham. They're going to say that it's Dela Luz undercut him before contact was made, so it's on Stars. 6 seconds remain, and that might be the last clear, and it will be 2-1, and that's it.
The trophy goes back to Bellingham. How exciting.
How long has it been since the last one?
I think 2020, so 5 years, 6 years now?
5 or 6 years, and the crowd's gonna be excited for that. Some standout performances today. Riley Little with crucial saves. 2 players scoring 2 goals, that being Judas Straight and Thomas Watson, and Christian Caro with an assist and a goal.
Everybody got in on the action, though. Everyone's name's got on that score sheet in one way or another.
That is indeed true. So it's been a fantastic game. We'll have a trophy presentation take place in a moment, and we'll let you enjoy that. I'm going to be done talking. I'll let the Bellingham supporters enjoy. Jacob, you want in on this one? I mean, it's your team, man. All right. Your usual commentators enjoying a day off today. So thank you for joining us here as the West Coast Goalkeeping sponsorship for the WISL. They'll be the ones presenting the trophy to the Hammers as they cheer with their fans. So for Corey Lindsay and myself, Jacob Gebner, we'd like to thank you for joining us here today of this WISL final, and have a wonderful night.